my lovelies. Come on in. Happy Soulful Saturday. Wow, look at my glass. You're probably wondering, what on earth is in your glass? I'm going to tell you about it in just a minute. Hi Denise, hi Mary Ann. Good to see you. Thanks for popping by. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood-ish. I'm freezing. So for those of you who are wondering what this massively ugly cocktail concoction thing is, I have in here, hi Julie, good to see you. Who else said hello? Oh, that's our girl Jenny, and Doris is in the house. This is gel chia, little L-glutamine. Hi Jenna, hi Denise, hi Joanne. I just wrote you a note. And hi Liz. A little L-glutamine, and of course, our fabulous hot milk mix. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Hi Norma. Thank you so much for sharing, Norma. You are consistently a great support, and I so appreciate that. Sandy, hello. Goodbye afternoon. Goodbye afternoon. Where are you going? There's Gwen. Good to see you. Hello, hello. So appreciate everybody showing up and dropping by and saying hello and all of that. Yolanda's in the house. Hi, Barbara. It's been a while for you, huh? Well, come on in. Hey, everybody, I'm wearing my RBG t-shirt. So I got the shirt. This is my workout shirt. Can't wait to talk about all of that. Hello, Trisha. Lizzie's in the house. Good afternoon. So is Julie. We've got some Julies, you know. There's Jan. You can only stay for a bit. I'll take it, Jan. Good to see you. Marguerite says it's chilly where she is. It was 54 for me this morning. Jenna, I'm so glad you're getting fully back on track. That's fantastic. No worries. You know, typos change my words all the time. You just kind of get used to it, don't we? It's crazy. Well, y'all, let's get down to business. We got a big yes, Jenna RBG, rest in peace. You know what? What I've learned though is in the tradition of the what did they say? I have to tell you, it is. She lived, may her memory be blessed, is what we say, not rest in peace. Apparently, rest in peace is Christian, and RBG was Jewish. And in the Jewish tradition, we say, may her memory be blessed. So may her memory be blessed. And I put that on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook page. I had a few things to say about RBG. Now, I want to just say, too, and I'm going to get into this a little bit, and you know, it should not be controversial when we're talking about equal pay for women and equal rights and what have you, but somehow, of course it is, you know, and I'm certainly not going to go there. So you're willing to hang out with me? Great. If not, great. I'm okay with it. You know, I know where I stand on this thing. It hits me very personally. I have... You know, at 62 years old, I've lived through some of this crap that women have had to deal with. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that because I think, you know, we've come a long way, we've got a long way to go. And I'm not all about just like beating men down. I don't hate men, nothing like that. But, you know, goodness, just because we have vaginas instead of, you know, other things that men have, we certainly have a right to be here and a right to be equal to them as well. So, and I will not ever back away from that. So, call me a feminist, call me a whatever, your call. I'm okay with it. I'm certainly okay with it. Anyway, so here we are. Today is Saturday. It's Soulful Saturday. This is where we get into the heart and the matter of who we are, you know, who we are. There was a great quote from years and years ago, and of course I can't remember it exactly, but the gist of it is that we're not human beings with souls. We're actually souls with human beings wrapped around us. You know, we're just souls walking around in a bodysuit. Who we are is who we are in here. you know, not how we represent to this world, but who we are in here. And that part so often is discarded in the search for the smaller jeans, or in search for the looking good for everybody else or whatever. We lose our grip on our humanity by ignoring our souls. And I want to bring you back to that. That's part of what we do here. So today, again, is Soulful Saturday, and today, of course, it's the change of our quote of the week, and wouldn't you know it, fight for the things you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. And guess who said that? The notorious RBG. That was Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who you know, of course, has passed. And that's my t-shirt. This is the t-shirt that I'm wearing, and I've had for a while, and wear it in my workouts to honor her, because she was quite a woman, and she did things that you are all benefiting from. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. The holiday cruise is October 10th. What is a holiday cruise? Well, we are going to cruise through the holidays in a virtual event, Marla and I together, on a Saturday in October from 9 a.m. Eastern all the way through 5 o'clock. We're going to take you from here to there so that you can have the holidays completely under your control. So you're not losing your grip, so you're not stressing out, so you're not having a meltdown on Christmas Eve or, you know, Hanukkah or whatever it is that you celebrate. We want to make sure that you have all that you need. You can get signed up. It's $47, letting you know in advance, for an entire day, plus a swag bag that is worth triple, quadruple the value of your admission. Go to savingdinner.com/cruise and get signed up for that. And speaking of virtual events, virtual conferences, workshops, whatever you want to call it, a week from today, I will not be here, because I will be doing with Marla our Full Bloom event. This is for women who've made a decision to up-level the way they think, up-level the way they do things, and become the women that they're meant to be. It's that kind of a thing. And if you feel that call in your heart, if you just feel like you're just not living at the level you'd like to, and you want that vibrancy in your life, that is what this is about. You're going to want to be there. It's going to be incredible. And again, $47, you've got the entire swag bag that's going to blow you away. Speaking of which, look what we have. Aren't they cute? Full Bloom notepads. So those will be going out in the mail. And maybe another thing or two I might have for you. So that's part of Full Bloom. We usually do it in person. But, you know, pandemic be as it may, if I'm not going to get on a plane, I don't expect you to. So that's what that's about. Friday's always Q&A, so send your questions in to support@savingdinner.com. Do you have a question about nutrition or food or styles of eating or whatever? I'll help you. All you have to do is send it in to support@savingdinner.com and question for Leanne on Friday in that subject line. That's really important. And we also have, speaking of weird concoctions, isn't that just disgusting looking? Doesn't it look like I have a bunch of tadpoles waiting to be born in my glass? That's gel chia seed, L-glutamine, and our lovely hot melt mix. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. You didn't know I could sing so much, did you? That hot melt mix, by the way, is thebomb.com, because it keeps you in ketosis, which is fat burning mode, and not only that, but it also has electrolytes in it, which helps to hydrate the living daylights out of you. Plus, I put it with a little fiber and a little L-glutamine for gut and all the things. You know, there's a lot of power in this glass. It might look kind of gross, but it's also going to keep me, because of the gelled chia seeds and everything else, it's going to keep me in my low-brow, dirty fasting mode. Let's just go with that, because this does break a fast. But I haven't had anything to eat yet today, and I want to just keep it, pushing it off for a while. I've got some glorious crab chowder downstairs that I can't wait to have for maybe a little cup before, for a very late lunch, but we shall see. So there you go. Supplement of the week is hot melt mix. You want this. If you put 3 in your cart, I will put the fourth one in for you free, plus you'll get free shipping if you put ships free in the promo code. I want you to understand what a significant savings this is. We've got people who are buying, 6 and more. That way they're going to get, instead of getting 6 shipped, they'll get 8 shipped. Look at the savings on that. And with the shipping and with everything else, it's way over $100. This is how I purchase my food. Everything, I don't pay retail. So if I can buy in bulk so that I can pass the savings on to you, you would be wise to take me up on this. We will sell out of hot melt mix. So grab yours now. And just remember, 3 goes in the cart, the 4th one we do, and ships frees your promo code as long as you live in the United States. Plus you'll get one of these cute little pinkies up mindful mugs. Isn't that so cute? And as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to switch over to, I am just showing you all the things. Look at this one. Look at this. Mark says it looks like baby poop, the color. Do you think? I think it's so cute. Jenny and I love the color. And it's Pinkies Up in solidarity. This is who we are as a community. You get that, right? You get that community stuff. That's who we are. I think it's glorious. So as you know, last night we all got word that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And I'm sure you've been seeing all kinds of stuff about her and what have you. I want to just talk a little bit about what kind of an impact she has on us, okay? And the reason that I mention this is because at my old age of 62, I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, and I have actually seen landmark decisions for women, such as equal pay, such as not being fired because you're pregnant, such as being able to have a voice in your life. Once upon a time, when I was in high school, I remember they gave women the right to have a credit card that wasn't in her husband's name. So think about how all of that is. Just think about the implications of that. When I went into the workforce, my mother explained in weird terms what sexual harassment was, with what it wasn't that word at all. Push that aside, let's wait till 1990s until we get into those words. But it was about how to handle yourself when the men advance on you, because they will. Because that was how the workplace was. And if you've ever seen Mad Men, then that was it. That was it. Although, that was way before my time, of course, and probably yours. But the thing is we have to look at this stuff. We are women, equal in God's eyes, created by Him on purpose for a mission, just like men. And we need to understand that that's what Ruth Bader Ginsburg fought for, big time. The equality of all men, the protection of women in the workplace is one of her big things. She grew up in a working class home in Jewish, a cellist. She twirled a baton. Did you know that? She was a baton twirler. Do we have any baton twirlers out here? Big Nancy Drew fan, which I loved because I was massively into Nancy Drew. So her name was Kiki, and she learned how to write. As a matter of fact, the author of that disgusting novel, what was his name? Vladimir Narkov, he wrote Lolita, which is just the most horrible, basically a pedophilia, type of a novel. But he helped her with her writing. He said he showed her how to paint pictures with her words, which later would serve her in her career as, her big thing was I Dissent. She wrote had a little bag that said I Dissent on it that she carried along with her. She stayed in shape right up until the very end. She worked out with a trainer. She wore a Super Diva sweatshirt, and she did 20 to 30 push-ups every day. She's amazing. But her whole thing was that these were her things. Gender bias stereotyping and dismission, in the workplace, no. Equality for all was her thing. And that's what she believed that was represented in the Constitution, and that all were created equal, all should have the same rights protected. Her protection of pregnant women in the workplace. She found this herself. She got demoted for being pregnant in the workplace. So that was one of her things that she stood for, is that women should not be discriminated for being pregnant or having a maternity leave or whatever in the workplace. She graduated first in her class in Columbia, and the men in her class hazed her. They hated her because she was so good. And of course, a professor offered her to have sex instead of having her take the test so she could get the answers. And she went up to him and she stormed into his office and she said, "How dare you? How dare you?" And put him in his place, and then showed him anyway that she could do it. She fought. She fought for equal pay. She was a Rutgers law professor, ended up becoming a law professor, and fought tooth and nail to get equal pay to the other men, and she got it. So I have a quote from her that I thought was really interesting. I was Jewish, a woman, and a mother. So the first thing raised an eyebrow, the second did too, and third, indubitably made me inadmissible. I love that. So there were so many firsts. Women's rights, the law journal at Rutgers, which is still going. She was the first tenured female law professor at Columbia. She started the Women's Rights Law Project at the ACLU. She litigated gender inequality cases up until when she got put on the bench, and that was her big thing. She believed that the Constitution needed to be interpreted as providing equal rights for both men and women. I think that's a good thing. And today, as I think about her legacy, I think about what she has done on our behalf. She's fought the fight. She struggled through the fight. And the first night of Rosh Hashanah was last night. And they say in the Jewish tradition, somebody who dies on the first night or during Rosh Hashanah has been deemed by God to be distinguished by God. And I believe with all my heart she was distinguished. And when I think about all the things in my life and the things that I have fought for women as well, that is the power to speak into your own life. We oftentimes think we don't have that. We have whatever our background is, whatever our past has been, we neglect to speak power into our own lives. One of the quotes that I have shared, and one of the first quotes that I shared was are you powerful or pitiful? According to, you can be powerful or you can be pitiful, but you can't be both. And I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg absolutely professed this. She stood the ground on this. And with that in mind, I want to share with you my power principles that I've written, that I've shared with very few people. I've shared them in maybe a workshop or two. I've shared them in my Take Back Your Life classes. And I think I've shared them maybe a couple of times. But I want to give these to you. And if you're taking notes, write these down, because good grief. If you want to be powerful instead of pitiful, these are the power principles for that. Number one, there are two ways, and I'm going to do this with a little Ruth Bader Ginsburg spin, but there are two ways to live. We can live powerfully or we can live pitifully. We can live one way or we can live another. And to being pitiful, I dissent in the power of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Your thoughts tells us, number two, your thoughts tell us which way you're living, powerfully or pitifully. And to living pitifully, your thoughts, I dissent. Number three, pitiful living is suffering and stressful. And to be one who suffers and to be stressed out, I dissent. Number four, feeling bad and suffering is a choice. And to that choice, I dissent. If you have consistently have pitiful thoughts that feel bad, you are living in the past. And living in the past, I dissent. Number six, you cannot have a powerful life from having a pitiful perspective. They cannot coexist. To that kind of living, a pitiful perspective, I dissent. Transforming, number seven, from being pitiful to powerful is a decision. And if you don't choose that decision, I dissent. The moment you recognize that your thoughts are being pitiful, you can immediately return to a powerful state. by saying no to being pitiful. Living in a powerful place, you can tap into the resources that God has for you. God has for you. And to that, I totally ascend. Living in a pitiful state, your only resources are limited to your own pitiful thoughts. And again, to pitiful thoughts, I dissent. And I say this to all of you who've never lived maybe in the world that I grew up in, all of you who have not been in the place of being discriminated against because of your sex or age, to all of you who haven't been there, you have Ruth Bader Ginsburg to thank for that, because the workplace has changed because of her. So I'm not going to get into all the other stuff that could draw a whole lot of controversy. It's just not my thing. You know, you have your own, you stand before God, you have your own decisions to make about all of that. But as far as being equal in God's sight, Ruth Bader Ginsburg made sure that that was true in the workplace. And that, my friends, is something that we need to celebrate. We are equal in God's sight. Men, women, black, white, whatever color, whatever gender, whatever age, all of it, equal. Equal, and we should be treated as such. Thank you, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for the work you did. And thank you to you for listening right now, to all of this. And low attendance here today, which I think is really interesting. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't care. I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to say to you right now, thank you to Ruth. And thank you to you who joined me today and stand in solidarity, in community, equally created by God, with a heart that is seeking Him, that is seeking our purpose, and constantly seeking our mission. Because our mission here is to support and to help one another, whoever they are. Whoever they are. Right? Is that what we do? That's what I do, as hard as I can. And if I can give that to you, peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget about all the stuff we have going on, and make it a beautiful day. Peace be with you.